Hello friends, I am Dr. Sharad Khandra Binnor, working as Associate Professor in KTHM College Nashik. Today I am going to present before you an important aspect of Mahesh Elkunchwar's Old Stone Mansion, that is dominance of female characters. Before starting my presentation, I would like to make certain things very clear. This video presentation is meant for introducing some important female characters in Mahesh Elkunchwar's Old Stone Mansions only. So also it is prepared as a part of an assignment for FDP. So it is not a very professional kind of a presentation. Let us start the discussion of Mahesh Elkunchwar's Old Stone Mansion. Mahesh Elkunchwar is a Marathi playwright and screenplay writer. He was awarded with Sangeet Natak Academy Fellowship, the highest honor considered in performing arts in India. He has written more than 20 plays so far. He emerged on the stage of Indian theatre with his one-act play Sultan. He has experimented with various forms of drama from realistic theatre to absurd theatre. He is known for his Vada trilogy, which includes his most famous play Vada Chirebandi, Old Stone Mansion, and other two plays Magna Talayakati, The Pond, and Yuganta, Apocalypse. Old Stone Mansion is the story of Deshpande family of Dharanga, a small village somewhere in Vidarbha. It presents the aftermath of Tatyaji's death, how his sons fight for property, and how they get united after a tragic incident of the elopement of Ranju, a daughter of Bhaskar, the elder son of Tatyaji. In this presentation, we will discuss the important female characters in Old Stone Mansion. Old Stone Mansion is dominated by female characters. Some of the important female characters are Ai, Vahini, Anjali, Prabha, and Ranju. Old Stone Mansion is a family centered realistic play. The prominent women characters are Ai, Vahini, Prabha, Dadi, Ranju, Anjali, as I said before. These women characters show family attachment and community bonds prevailing in the Maharashtrian society. They also display feminine sensibilities in their behavior. As I said before, in Old Stone Mansion, female characters are more influential than the male characters. Elkunchwar presents various kinds of women in this play. For example, Dadi, the 90-year-old blind grandmother who remains blissfully unaware of the death of her son Venkatesh, that is Tatyaji. Ai, having a religious bent of mind, a devotional wife, modern yet a modest woman who believes in joint family. Vahini, a caring mother. Anjali, a victimized woman, and Prabha and Ranju as rebellious female characters. First, we will discuss the character of Ai. She is the symbol of tolerance and accommodation. Ai is a woman who likes to live life according to the present as it is. She never thinks of past and future. She is a woman who accepts contemporary reality. She accepts all such changes thoughtfully. The motivation of love is the real basis of Ai's action in the play. She is motivated to sacrifice her life for her family only because of her love and affection for her children. Ai is a symbol of tolerance. She tolerates all evils of joint family and yet has a particular vision to look towards the sorrows and sufferings of life. She is a devoted, loving, and caring woman. Elkunchwar justified her characters in the play by giving her a leading role in action. Ai has a moral sense and being an embodiment of love always tries to give warmth of love and affection to each and every member of the family. Ai is a suppressed woman under the garb of religious status. As a holy, devoted and homesick wife, she is suppressed in the joint family. Still, she accepts and performs all traditional rituals with great devotion and without any resentment. She is a very modest woman. Modesty is her tragic flaw. Her predicament makes her a victim of family. Ai is an eyewitness of the degeneration of the big mansion. She lives in nostalgia, tolerance, and endurance is her natural trait. She never loses temper on common matter. In this play, I is the most powerful and strong female character. Her strength lies in her stoicism and confrontation with odds and sorrows in life. She lives in the present rather than in the past. She knows the inevitability of sorrows in life and accepts life with courage. I is a symbol of motherhood who protects the children from the evils of the society. I is an admixture of pity, simplicity, and agony. Ai's journey from a woman to the basic nature of motherhood, which Elkunchwar portrayed, is rare in the history of Marathi theatre. Next important character is Vahini. Vahini is an elder sister-in-law and she is eager to take responsibility of the mansion, and at the same time she is bewildered about her capability. Elkunchwar has portrayed the character of Vahini very realistically. She has all shades of color in her personality. She plays the role of a mother, wife, sister-in-law in a very skillful manner. She is an admixture of love and selfishness. Vahini is a dangling woman between tradition and modernity. She is caught in between convention and reality. She, she is well aware of her responsibility at home. She is concerned about the well-being of her family, and she doesn't hesitate to ask her brother-in-law Sudhir to extend helping hands to support the family. She is a caring mother. She is very anxious about her children. She is very anxious about her son's addiction to liquor, and she is anxious about the marriage of her daughter. She is also overprotective about her children. She does not like Prabha's over suspicious attitude towards Ranju. She does not think there is anything wrong in sending Ranju to the English teacher's house for tuition. However, Ranju's elopement with the teacher opened her eyes. Similarly, she undermines Parag's drinking habits and wants Sudhir to take him to Bombay. Vaini is a responsible woman who thinks of everybody. She requests Bhaskar to give everybody's share. She asks him to show some responsibility as they are elders. She wants him to take Chandu to doctor. Next important character is Anjali. Anjali is a self-sufficient woman. She is Sudhir's Bombay-born Konkani wife. She is always ostracized by Deshpande family for belonging to different cultural background. The family always resents Anjali for her indifference to their trouble. Anjali is totally different from Vaini. She avoids family responsibility. She behaves objectively in the family. All family members think that Anjali is an outsider. She is Kokanastha and behaves in the Kokanastha way. She is introvert and avoids contacts with Prabha and Parag. Her faith in human kindness is aroused when she accepts the traditional way of life. Her transformation from a modern woman to a loving, affectionate, caring woman is a symbol of the typical Indian woman who believes in the joint family tradition. Anjali has no affinity for the mansion except some of the antique objects that she wanted but she did not get. She asked Sudhir to get the share of his property and sell it off so that they need not to come back to this place again. She is very selfish and self-centered woman. She thinks of her family only. She does not want herself to get related to any of the other family member. She does not like Sudhir's decision to take Parag to Bombay. She thinks that Parag would have a bad influence on Abhay, her son. She does not want Prabha and I to come to her place. Rather, she wants to take Chandu as he would help her in household works. Next important character is Prabha. Prabha's character in this play is a thought-provoking one. Patriarchal family and social tradition have ruined her life. She is a victim of social taboos and social norms. The Indian tradition to belittle the talents of girls is underlined by the dramatist through this character. Tateji's decision not to send her to school is one of this kind of example. Though she is a brilliant girl, she is kept away from her education. She is suffering soul in the joint family. Nobody cares for her future. Everybody is engrossed in their own welfare. She never forgets that she is ruined because of her father's vain glory and the hollow pride of the family. She does not bother about saying anything to anyone. She does not like the way Bhaskar and Vahini Sudhir and Anjali behave. She blames Tataji, Bhaskar and Sudhir for ruining her life and for her being unmarried. Prabha expresses her displeasure over Ai's behavior. She does not like Ai's decision to allow Bhaskar to sell off her share in the mansion. She thinks that Ai is supporting her daughter-in-laws and not paying attention to the insults she has to bear at the hands of her brothers and their wives. She says that now they have to survive on the leftovers. She thinks that, like Chandu, she would be lonely after the death of Ai. She thinks about her share in family ornaments. She is hopeful that she would get 30 tolas and she would sell off the gold to pursue her education. Next character is Ranju. Ranju is Bhaskar's daughter. She is interested in films and always talks about film actor and actresses. She has failed in English at the matriculation. Therefore, her parents are sending her to English tuition. But she falls in love with the English tutor and elopes with him. She takes away all the family ornaments with her, which are lost when she has been brought back. Her elopement is a great tragedy that happens in the middle of the play. Due to this tragedy, all the family members get united and they realize their own affection towards each other. So this incident is very important in the play. This is the end of my presentation. I have used these references. I have used Aparna Dharwadkar's book Theatre of Independence. So also I have also referred to the book by Shanta Gokhale, Playwright at the Center. And obviously I have referred to the text Old Stone Mansion included in the collected plays by Mahesh Elkunswar. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. Thank you once again.